When people think about health improvement, attention is often directed toward action, exercise, nutrition, productivity, goals. Progress is commonly associated with doing more. At the same time, one of the most important contributors to long-term health is often misunderstood. That contributor is recovery. In this discussion, attention will be given to the difference between rest and recovery, why recovery functions as a health system, and why long-term well-being depends on more than effort alone. Let us begin with a simple observation. The body is constantly adapting. Muscles adapt to training. The brain adapts to learning. The cardiovascular system adapts to physical. Many forms of progress depend upon this ability to adapt. However, adaptation does not occur during the challenge itself, it occurs afterwards. This distinction is often overlooked. Exercise creates a stimulus. Recovery allows the body to respond to that stimulus. Without recovery, adaptation becomes more difficult. What begins to emerge is a broader understanding of health. Progress is not created solely by effort. Progress is created through the interaction between effort and recovery. Now consider the word rest. Rest is commonly understood as stopping an activity. Sitting down, taking a break, sleeping, reducing physical effort. Rest certainly has value. However, recovery is a broader concept. Recovery involves the processes that help restore balance and support adaptation. Sleep contributes to recovery. Nutrition contributes to recovery. Movement can contribute to recovery. Stress management can contribute to recovery. These processes help the body prepare for future demands. This changes how recovery is understood. Recovery is not simply the absence of activity. It is an active process occurring within the body systems. Now consider modern life. Many people move from one demand to the next. Work responsibilities, family commitments, training sessions, digital distractions. The body continues responding to these demands, whether they are physical, mental, or emotional. Over time, accumulated demand creates load. This is where recovery becomes particularly important. Without sufficient recovery, fatigue may begin to accumulate. Performance may decline. Motivation may decrease. Sleep quality may become less consistent. The body's ability to adapt may become less efficient. This is often overlooked because the effects may develop gradually. What starts to emerge is a pattern rather than a single event. Now, it is worth pausing here. Many people believe that improving health always requires adding something new. A new routine, a new supplement, a new strategy. In some situations, improvement may come from creating more space for recovery rather than adding more demands. This holds more significance than it may initially appear. Health is not only influenced by what is added, it is also influenced by what is restored. Now consider physical training. A workout places stress on the body. That stress creates the opportunity for adaptation. However, the adaptation itself occurs during recovery. The same principle can be applied more broadly. Learning requires recovery. Performance requires recovery. Resilience requires recovery. Challenge and recovery operate together. One without the other creates imbalance. This helps to explain why recovery functions as a system rather than an isolated activity. Sleep supports recovery. Movement supports recovery. Nutrition supports recovery. Stress regulation supports recovery. These components interact continuously. When they are supported consistently, the body's ability to adapt improves. What begins to emerge is resilience, not the absence of stress, not the absence of challenge, but the ability to recover from challenge effectively. This creates a different way of thinking about health. The goal is not eliminating effort. The goal is balancing effort with restoration. Now, this does not mean spending every day resting. Challenge remains important. Growth requires challenge. Strength requires challenge. Adaptation requires challenge. Recovery simply ensures that challenge produces a positive outcome rather than cumulative strain. This brings us back to the central idea. Recovery is not the same as rest. Rest may be one component of recovery, but recovery is a broader health system that supports adaptation, resilience, and long-term well-being. Understanding this creates a more balanced perspective on health. Rather than focusing only on doing more, attention can also be directed toward recovering well. Future discussions will continue exploring the systems that help create sustainable health, resilience, and longevity over time.